Okay, Mr. Grumpy Pants.
And it's your favorite podcast for your favorite connected franchise. Real Junkies is back in the building. We're gonna
Damn, no
start it.
intro.
We're gonna. I ain't got the music, man, and I don't fucking off with hot trash this week. First up nominated is the Cowboys for hot trash. I ain't even introducing who's on the fucking podcast. Fuck them niggas. They know who the fuck they is. Fuck these niggas.
Damn.
Fuck everything about these niggas. These niggas can eat a pile of rubber dicks. Fuck these motherfuckers.
Damn.
Cowboys are. We've been humbled. We've definitely been humbled this so far. These last two games. I will say shout out to the Eagles and Redskins. They did get their wins. Not gonna take nothing away from them. Cowboys lost. Season's not. It's far from over. We sitting at 3-3. We got to make some adjustments. Got a big game versus the Texans next, but we'll take hot trash for these past 2 weeks. Cause we talk heavy shit out here in the East, and we had not backed it up so far this year. So we'll take that hot trash. Any other hot trashes, gentlemen?
Shit, man. Titans might have to catch that hot trash also. 2 for a start. Not looking too hot.
No doubt, Titans definitely were a playoff contender in the AFC. We see them starting off kind of slow, and the AFC then found some new blood out there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the AFC this year. Steelers were looking strong until they caught a beat down from the Broncos. Broncos must be the AFC North kryptonite because the Broncos put a foot in the AFC North every time they play them. Right
Same.
now, we do see the Browns and the Texans, man, both 5-0. Surprisingly, I mean, we're not giving them hot trash, but the Jags do have 2 losses after coming off an undefeated season last year. That's a little shocking to people. Patriots have been playing really, really good, 5-1, and the Chiefs been talking heavy shit, but the Chiefs also got some heavy wins. So shout out to the Chiefs. Y'all got anybody for up and up?
Um, I would still say that the Patriots are still on the up and up. I know we gave him up and up last time, but yeah, it looks like he's still doing his thing. And I gotta say the Texans. I mean, they're
5-0,
winning their division right now. They're
no
they're
doubt,
definitely on the up and up.
no doubt.
Definitely on the up and up. The Bills managed to start putting some wins together. I wouldn't say they on the up and up, but they could make my up and up with one more win in a row after starting 0 and 3. If they can be 3-3, they can definitely
Well, they're
be
two
on
and
the up
four,
and
so they
up on
definitely
that.
lost to somebody. They didn't get that win you were talking
Well,
about.
I'm sorry, they started 0 and 4. They started 0 and 4.
Oh, okay, no
And
doubt. Mm.
don't put them on no damn up and up.
Well, you saying they got two
And
wins, two wins
If
in a
the
row?
Packers can get a win, they can get
He should.
on. They can get
Nah,
on the
he
up and up too.
Packers gave they win away earlier today. They should have won and they gave it away
And they lost to the
against your
Bills.
up and up Bills.
Yeah, so
They ain't no
Bills. The
up.
Bills are on their way to the up on my up and up list.
well, what T is saying, he's not really no contender, so beating him ain't really
Did you
nothing.
just hear what I said? I said the Packers gave the Bills a win today. He didn't earn it. The Packers gave him a win. Put it like
Well,
that.
well, what did the
Well,
Packers do
that
to
wasn't
give him a win?
smart.
What did the
Huh?
Packers do to give him a win, then? Since you gave it to him, that sounds like a coaching issue. If you
It
gave him
was.
a win,
And it
so
and it
so the
was.
Packers, sound
And
like
it
the
was.
Packers need a new coach out in Green Bay. Is what it sounds like.
Sound like the Cowboys could kiss my ass.
Well,
There's a lot of
when you get a
attitude
win,
going on.
when you get a win, then you can come and ask the Cowboys to do something for you. Win a game first.
Okay.
If you go
Okay.
0-16, man,
Okay.
and
If
Dino,
if I go
I'll
0 and
agree. I'll agree
16,
with that up and up because they beat the Patriots, and the Patriots have one loss. So If they beat the Dolphins
Hmm.
next, that's definitely on the radar. Like you said, they started 0-4,
That's what I was saying, man. That's just yeah. They started on four, so
and they
I ain't
beat they
saying that.
Patriots team that beat them first game of the year. So clearly they figured something out. And then I mean, obviously beating the Packers. I mean, that's not a great feat, but a win is a win. So you
They
got
was on
that.
the schedule.
Yep, they got a chance to do some things. They got the Dolphins next. That should be a good division matchup. Is that it that we all got for hot trash and up and up?
I'm gonna give the Carolina Panthers hot trash too because um that's one of my kryptonites. No matter how good I'm playing, he knows my style and play or whatever. But I don't know. We just played this past week, and I'm gonna give him hot trash.
Well, I
Hey,
mean,
hey, get the Rams up and up. He's 4-1 right now.
Oh
no
yeah,
doubt,
definitely up
no
and
doubt.
up.
Panthers,
I'm gonna get
go ahead.
a Vikings from sugar to shit
Damn,
That would be
since he
another
was
form of hot
is
trash.
is fire
since
trash, fire trash.
since he was talking about how much he done dominated this division and motherfuckers have been tearing his ass up.
I give the
No doubt.
49ers up and up too. He's number one in power rankings, and he's leading the league in defense and has no interceptions on the season. So I don't know how that's
Mm.
possible, but if unless something changed, but
They
I
have a,
thought the last
they
time I checked.
they got a good matchup
Uh,
against the Eagles coming up, so that'll be a good one to see.
I will
49ers
say,
and
even
Eagles.
though he beat me, he only played two total games, so I can't really give him that up all the way completely.
No doubt.
Because a
And we
lot of
know we
them is
know
coming off of
schedules
some wins.
and we know schedules happen, man, but schedule conflicts happen rather, but hey, it happens, man. And technically he was supposed to have a loss, but we won't go into that. That goes back to make sure you read the rules, guys. We don't just if you don't tag a commissioner in
Hmm.
something and we don't see it, you can't be upset if you ain't get the outcome you were told you could have. If you don't tag somebody and let somebody read it because y'all have offline conversations, which is perfectly fine. But if you don't let us commissioner know what's going on, we can't read minds. We don't know what the situation was or was not. And I mean that's a huge thing right here with this 49ers Cardinals game that happened last week. Should have been a different outcome, but because no, there's five of us now, but no commissioner was notified. We don't know what's going on. So, you know, just make sure you're reading
And
the
there's
rules. We don't just give
mhm.
stuff. You got to show us proof. We say that all the time. Our biggest thing is show us proof.
there's 100 different conversations going on, and we're not going to just seep through every last one of them and make our own decision. You have to read the
Right.
rules because it clearly states it's on you.
Yeah.
It's on the player to request your force win.
Absolutely. 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 Shout out to the new Jets coach. We did let go of the original coach that was there. You know our stance on, we all talk shit in this league. We all have fun in this league, but we don't tolerate blatant disrespect. And that's something we will not tolerate because we've all been in leagues where we've seen that happen, and it implodes the league. Because let's be honest, man, most of this shit is online. Y'all ain't pulling up on nobody, but the disrespect can bring a league down, and we're not gonna deal with that. We've been through it, so we deal with it as quickly as we can. So shout out to our new Jets coach, Raider guy. Maybe he'll do something different. New coach in Kyler Murray's era. So we'll see if Kyler Murray can become the standout he is. It'll be interesting with a new coach there. It might change the face of that
That's
NFC
got to be.
East too.
That's got to be nice taking over a team and your quarterback is Kyler Murray, man. That's just got to be. That's got to be
Yeah,
nice, bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice, but he's still underdeveloped.
he is.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah, but
But
he
we have
still
a
got
chance.
time, so it
Right, we
ain't
have a
like
chance to see if Raider guy can do it. I mean, there's definitely gonna be some. I mean, it depends on how what kind of team Raider guy wants to run. He may look at that team and say there's some
Hey,
pieces I can move, and maybe he'll.
Hey, Raider guy, don't come in here changing their goddamn names either.
Did he already? Did he do that already?
To Bolitnikov.
He known
Everybody,
he known for
Yeah,
doing
well,
it
it's
though.
gonna be a rule. It's about to be a rule anyway. Okay, in the import draft, when we are using real player names, they're not gonna be allowed to change. I will be posting something about that too.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Appreciate you.
Maybe every other year with the computer generated players, that may be fine. But in ones that we import, we're gonna start keeping the names the same so we
No
can
doubt,
track them.
no doubt.
in their
Um,
takeover team, they can't change names.
oh, good resigns. We'll check out the re-signings real quick for the last couple weeks. Look
Did
like
y'all
some
just
guys.
mute me?
No, T, come
Yeah,
on.
we
Know your
No,
technology.
bro, it flashed up on my screen that I couldn't use my voice. That's why I asked.
That's okay. Okay.
That's your controller in the headset issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I get
But
that.
but anyway, we see the last set of signings. We'll go back to week 4. Packers re-signed Roman Stevenson, left in 6 years, 75, and they got Bryce Lacy for another 4 years, 57, 57.6. Why only 4 years, Packers?
Well, we got some cap problems right now, so we really couldn't give him what we wanted to give him because we have multiple players that we got to try to keep in Green
Mm-hmm.
Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he only got 4.
Oh.
I'll holler at you later about that, T.
All right.
We see the
Damn,
Bills.
Timmy Turner though.
Yeah, Timmy Turner caught a bag, man. 6 years, $207 million. That's that. I mean, that's right up there with what we saw Lamar Jackson go to the Colts for 6 years, 7 years, 252 million. So Timmy Turner caught a bag for the Patriots, and obviously it's been working out for him. The man is 4-1. Maybe the quarterback was the missing piece for him. We'll see. It'll be interesting. He did just lose to the Bills, though, who have re-signed Jarvis Landry. How old is Jarvis Landry? It's a 4 years, $50.2 million. Anybody know how old
How
Jarvis
much?
Landry? 4 years,
About
50,
let me
28,
see.
50
28,
million.
29,
20s.
something like that?
You
I
gotta
ain't
be
older than that.
you gotta be approaching 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You on the Bills?
Mm-hmm.
Jarvis Landry is 29 years old.
Mm. 4 years, 50 million, 33s when that contract's up. I don't know. I don't know about that one. He got a nice little bag though. Bills re-signed Shark Levy, a cornerback, 3 years, 14.9, and wide receiver Travis Valentine, 3 years, 22.4. Kind of small contracts, and those guys look like they may have been young guys, but maybe he knows something we don't know.
Yeah.
Like it was a
Shark Lee
busy
was
day in the
25.
definitely a busy day in the NFC East in re-signings in Week 4. Dolphins re-signed Mike Hilton, 3 years, 15, and outside linebacker Arthur Wilford to 6 years, 30 million. Seem like those are good deals, possibly. We'll see. Uh, Jets re-signed Ben Lawson to 7 years, 34.1 million. That's a cheap contract for that corner. So we see Steelers kept Gilbert Harden 6 years, 87.8 million. That's a big re-signing. That's a stud D tackle. Chargers re-signed Turner Amato, who they traded for in this offseason to 7 years, 66 million, and re-signed Jamario Buck to 4 years, 27 million, keeping his defense intact. Chargers had been talking a lot of cash, but they haven't really been following through what they were doing, so we'll see. Falcons re-signed Barry Craig 4 years, 13 million. Colts re-signed somebody. That's amazing because I didn't think the Colts had any more money, but they got left guard Morgan Anatulu for 7 years, $19.6 million contract. I'm guessing this
That's a
is a
good deal.
backup that he's trying to keep because if he got him as a starter getting that money, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
Bengals re-signed Desmond Trufant, 1 year, 4.8 million. Packers re-signed Anthony Brown, 1 year, 4.72 million. T, let him come home to Dallas. You ain't using him right. You
No
should have let
sir.
him go.
Man.
Redskins re-signed Marshall Stevens, 7 years, 41.8 million. That's a good contract. He got him for cheap. Xavier Howard will be staying with the Dolphins for 4 years, 12 million, as well as Bobby McCain for 2 years, 4.9 million. Somebody give me the age on Tyrann Matthew.
30.
5 years, $60.8 million contract from the Texans.
No service.
I don't think I would have made that.
God.
I don't know if I would have gave him
Mm.
that. 12 mil a year. That's tough. I'm not saying he doesn't have maybe 1 or 2 more good years in him, but by the time that third year rolls around, are you really going to be starting him? Probably not. Nicholas Zetta for the Buccaneers took a 4 year, $21 million contract. Uh, Nothing really. Cardinals re-signed Ryan Manley, 6 years, $28 million. Anytime you can get linemen for deals like that, that ain't gonna be nothing but good for you because he doesn't work out. He's still cheap and a backup. If he works out, you got him for cheap. And the Saints re-signed their linemen for cheap, just like we were talking about. Lucas Johnston, 6 years, 47, and Turner Weber, 7 years, 32. Good re-signings, AJ.
Yeah,
Because
starters too. At that.
that line definitely has been making life easy for Calcutta back there.
Came a long way.
Oh, the Jags look like the Jags and the Browns had a trade. Michael Hollowell to the Jags for a seventh round pick, and the we already talked about that
And the
trade.
Jags signed him 5 years for 8.3 million.
That was a good signing trade for the Jags. Got somebody young that they can build up because I'm assuming that's either a rookie or a first year player.
Nah, 30-year player.
Uh,
Hmm.
Solid corner though.
he was just sitting on the Browns bench. Not doing
And
You
much of
look,
anything.
I had an
He earned
injury.
he went to Jacksonville and earned him a contract. That's what he did. He was
Mm.
like, "This is my last opportunity. Let me see what I can do."
Well, he had to get off the bench somehow because we see that monster that's out there in the Browns country is definitely doing some things on defense this year. Uh, I'll go ahead. Last week we had started our draft wrap up. Riggs, if you want to finish that off for us. I know we're in week 6, guys, but Riggs took the time to do this, so we'll go through the last few stars that are pieces that made it to people's teams.
Yeah, man. I don't even know where we left off at, but we're gonna start off at the top D lineman.
Okay.
Texans signed the physically dominating rookie Tommy Wilhite at
Jesus
6'5",
Christ.
318 with 97 strength.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I guess I'll be seeing a lot of him next week.
you know what his overall was?
Jeez.
Starting off, it was probably like 80. So I know it was over 80.
Well, he's at an
But he's one
89
of the top.
now.
Yeah, so he
So
had to be
we'll
like
see.
80, 85
Yeah, I
maybe.
mean, I think 83, 83.
He started at 83. Wow.
He
Yeah,
started at
he
He's
83.
definitely he's
built
He's
him
coming
definitely
up
up
pretty
doing
fast.
something.
good.
Yeah. Let's check
He's
his
coming up
stats out real
fast.
quick.
Yeah. Kansas City drafted DN Quan Worsley, whatever, to help with the pass rush to go along with that corner that they drafted. Jags drafted Kendall Peck, D tackle. Broncos drafted a D tackle, Mac Mingo, and the Cardinals drafted Frank McBriar. Those are some of the top D linemen from the draft class coming out of the draft before training and practices and all that.
Wow.
Top linebackers. Evan Page with the Colts like to make a few plays and change the Colt organization around. He's one of the top linebackers. I think an outside linebacker at that.
That's
I
definitely a
think probably like
necessity.
80. Yeah, that's definitely, it works out for him because he didn't have any.
Yeah, 89 acceleration, 84 speed. That's not a bad for a rookie to come out sitting at 82 overall right now.
Yeah. Okay. Jags drafted Marquise Bright, a pass rusher with athleticism. He's kind of old though. He's like 23. I
Mm.
digress.
So what you're saying is what you're saying trying to tell people is he's on the block.
He could be, but the boys out there making plays for me right now.
Ah, okay, okay.
Panthers, we all know the Panthers pick their first round pick was DJ Toon, a small middle linebacker with like 5'11" in stature, but he's a certified tackler. And from our last podcast, Nate confirmed he makes a hell of a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
Saints with
now,
Thaddeus Keith, first round with great athleticism. He just keep adding speed to that defense.
man, good lord, that's just not fair.
Monsters over
And that
there.
nigga 6'2", 6'2" with speed. That's
You talking about Keith?
yeah, yep.
Got some
And
monsters
he
over
look like
there.
he starting for you now, AJ,
Monsters.
since Wilson's hurt.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, but sadly, he already got like one skill point so far. Some bullshit.
damn,
Got him on focus training.
Said the struggle is real over there.
man. All right,
Mm. And we all know some of the top DBs in the draft.
right.
Aaron Robinson with the Chiefs, Demetrius Demetrius Monroe with Seattle, and the top safeties: Le'Veon Stringer with the Colts and Noah Sutherland with the Raiders.
Mm, interesting, interesting.
Yeah, the safety class was kind of weak this year, but
Yeah. Well, I know that's everybody talks about the safeties and DBs and wanting to get better. You just gotta develop them though. Gotta develop them. We'll go ahead and get into some of the front runners of the stats right now. Look like Dwayne Haskins is trying to be back on pace for a second MVP. 26 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, but Mahomes right behind him with 20 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. La Lutta not is still in that race with him, 17 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. And Haskins right now is averaging 353 yards per game. Well, him and Mahomes are tied for the same amount of yards per game. And I think didn't Haskins just throw 8 touchdowns
uh,
or seven
last game, I
touchdowns
don't
in
know
the game? He had back-to-back
what
huge
that
games. That's all
is.
I know. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor leading the league in rushing, and I believe maybe touchdowns as well. Yep, 10
I think a
touchdowns,
tie.
tied with
Tied with
Le'Veon.
Bill.
Yep. But yards wise, 773 yards, averaging 154 yards per game. Only
Oh,
99
nice.
attempts. So you definitely said you're going into this year cutting down on his touches, but he's been just as productive, if not more.
Yeah, I gotta cut down on the touches. I got to, man. Gotta
No doubt,
cut
no
down on
doubt.
the touches. If I want them around. I seen what happened. I learned my lesson.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, quick question. Quick question to the Browns using Jonathan Taylor. We see he's leading the league in rushing. He only has 7 broke tackles, so is that credit to your old line paving the way for the young running back?
That is credit to my old line paving the way. And I will also say that I'm not taking those last hits anymore. If I get towards that sideline, I'm just going on out of bounds because I'm not trying to take the type of hits that I did last year. Even though he can absorb them, I need to keep them fresh as possible. So I credit it to the O line and just being smart with them and not taking and not trying to press through every tackle and taking rough hits. So
No doubt, no doubt. And receiving, we talked about the Rams being on the up and up. Obviously, they got to do it somewhere on offense, and it's like Brandon Cooks is that answer for them right now. Leads the league in receptions with 34. Second in touchdowns, 9 behind Kevin Dyer's 10. He's got 9. So Brandon Cooks looks to be the big piece to that turnaround out there in LA.
Mm.
Defensively, leading the league in sacks. Shaq Lawson for the Patriots, tied with Bradley Chubb from the Broncos. So
Wow,
looks like
them motherfuckers.
defense has been a big thing for both these teams this year, and we can see that they're definitely getting pressure on the quarterback. Leading the league in interceptions, Ryan Shazier, followed by Bobby Wagner, followed by Darren Lee. So all middle linebackers. So a lot of those probably consist of
Lurch.
user alert, user picking, all that good stuff. The first DB we get comes from uh, Saint the Saints with Sam Bill, who's got 6 on the year. So a lot of guys trying to stop that pass game. Defensive touchdowns, you got T.J. Watt with 2, Darren Lee with 2, and Kendall Fuller with 2. So you got guys trying to take it to the house as best as they can.
Hey, Madden needs to fix that next year, man.
Yeah, that camera flip or whatever.
Oh, not even that. Like sack fumbles, like
Uh,
it don't allow you to scoop and score. Like you automatically fall over the
yeah,
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
true. True. Like it was in there
I
beginning of
mean,
Madden, then it
rare.
kind
It
of went
happens
away.
sometime, but it's rare.
But scooping scores mostly happen if you catch one like in the open field, they'll pick it up and start running, and then it's just, you know what I mean. It's not like you said the
Yeah.
sack
Hmm.
fumbles mostly just jump on it and get the ball. So I don't know. Yeah, they got to do something with that. Remember when they had that
At least,
the pile up joint where
yeah,
you
that's
had
what I was about to say. At
the
least they don't do the 1,000 man pile up no more. But
man, or they had that fight for ball.
now they just keep making people dive towards and the ball keeps scooting.
No
That's
doubt,
all.
no doubt. We'll touch on the draft class real quick, man. Hopefully, you guys are getting a chance to scout. It's definitely some players in this draft class, so it'll be interesting to see where a lot of these guys go. Uh, right now, sitting on the third pick, projected number 3. So it may be on the block. Y'all come holler at us if it's for the right price. But that's about all we got
They
today
better
for y'all,
come. They
man.
better come like the Lakers coming for the Pelicans.
Hello, that's facts. That's facts. If it ain't
Facts.
multiple picks involved, don't even try it. But anything's possible, man. Our ears stay open. Trade deadline is coming up. Hopefully, you guys are making any last minute trades you need to make before the season ends, or before the deadline ends to get you to where you want to be at season's end. And
God damn.
what happened? Somebody beating
Oh,
somebody?
I was looking at the kick return yards,
Ah, yeah.
and obviously, the Vikings are number one in kick return yards. They be giving up too many damn touchdowns.
Normally, that's how that works. If you giving up too many points, you're gonna lead somewhere you may not want to necessarily lead.
Yeah,
But
I thought my dude was up there at one point.
yeah, that's true. But T man, any final words you got for the people?
Yes. Once again, the
Beck, it's
word
the incredible.
set time mean exactly that. Set a time. Hit me up later. I'll hit you when I get home. Those are not a set time. So if your game is sealed because you did not set a time within the first 24 hours, don't come tagging the commissioners because it's your own fault.
Speak on it. AJ, final words.
Thanks for tuning in. Good luck to everybody on the rest of their season.
Riggs.
You guys are doing an awesome job getting your games played. We're almost halfway through the goddamn season.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Dino.
I'm a piggyback off Riggs, man. Just thanking everybody for getting your games played, man. The communication in the league is like, to me, at an all-time high. It's great. I think it's because the stability of the league and everybody pretty much had their teams for a minute, so everybody knows everybody, and pretty much everybody kind of knows everyone's schedule. So it's just a credit to you guys. I mean, we just here to make sure it runs right, but the league can't run without the players. So thanks for getting the games played, like Rick said.
For
That's all
sure. For sure. Alright. Y'all know how I normally leave it off. But before we get to that, yes, I've been humbled these last 2 weeks. But please understand, this is still my division. I will not lose to any more of my division opponents. Yes, that includes the Jets. I'm not impressed.
the
I'm not impressed
Jets.
with what I mean the Giants. That's how much I disrespect them. I don't even
You
care what
dad,
their
that's what I
name
was about
is.
to say. That's total
I
disrespect.
don't even
Jesus
care.
Christ.
They're not even a team in New York that I care about enough to know their real name. I'm not impressed with what you've done. You keep bringing that blitz at me, nigga, we gonna put up a hundo. Yes, that's exaggeration because I'm not putting up 100 points. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. I've watched your games. I'm not impressed at all. Do something different. Be great because you're not. Eagles, you caught me. Madden gave you one. When you keep beating somebody's ass 5 years straight, at some point they got to let you get a win. Redskins, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. This was your first one. You're not getting another one.
Damn. Damn. This your humble?
No, no, I said I came on here humble, but let me get back to who I am. I took my hot trash for the week. I lost to 2 opponents that I've been dominating this Madden so far. Again, the Eagles. Madden said, "Hey, you can't keep beating this guy down." So they gave you one. We split because you saw what happened that first game. Should have been worse than that. Redskins, you know what it is. You caught it. You got one. That's the only one you're getting. Even the garbage can gets a steak. Texans, you next on the list, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I see you like playing with my trash throwaway players like Von Miller. Niggas I don't care about no more. I let them go to free agency so they can go play for trash organizations.
Damn.
And with that being said, how
Uh-oh.
about
Here we
them
go.
Cowboys?